Zanoni. I'm a physical therapist assistant here at Loudoun Sports Therapy Center, and today I wanted to talk to you about pre and post running stretches. A lot of times I get runners who come in and say, is it better if I run before, or if I stretch before I run, or should I stretch after? Should I stretch before and after? I'm not really sure what the protocol is for that. The quick answer is both, before you run and after you run. The long answer is you want to make sure you're doing dynamic stretches before you run and then static stretches after you run. The difference between the two, your dynamic stretches are stretching through movement. It's something that is going to help warm you up, get your blood pumping, get your circulation going, and get you warmed up to prepare your muscles for movement. Afterwards, you're going to do a static stretch, which is holding a stretch for at least 20 to 30 seconds to get that good tissue extensibility. Really stretch it out so that your muscles don't tighten back up after a run. So I want to take you through just a couple of different dynamic stretches and static stretches so you guys can see the difference, and then you'll know what to incorporate before your run and what to incorporate after your run. First one I want to do is just a hip opener. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold on to something to help with balance. I'm going to start with my leg kind of across my body here. And I'm going to make a rainbow, kind of like a half rainbow arch, just to open up my hips. Get them moving. If you're really mobile, you can even do a full circle and do them in both directions so that you're really working through each part of the hip. Getting it moving, getting it warmed up. And then I would want to do the same thing on my other leg. Just little rainbows. And if you have more mobility, you can kick up really high if you're able to do that. But just work within a range that works for you. Then you can do the full circles the other way. And I would say do about 10 in each direction on both legs just to get you really warmed up and really prepped. The next one we're going to do is a dynamic hamstring stretch. So I'm going to keep my knees straight. I'm going to stand with my feet about hip width apart. I'm going to hinge here at my waist and then just kind of link my hands at my elbows. And then I'm going to rock back and forth. And I'm going to feel that kind of dynamic stretch in through the back of my legs and my hamstrings here. And again, I'm just going to rock back and forth about 10 times. Okay, next we're going to get the calves. So the back of the legs here. I'm going to stagger my stance, and then I'm going to rock back, lift my front toe, and then rock forward, lift my back heel. I'm just going to rock back and forth. Do that about 10 times. And then I'm going to switch my feet. Back and forth. Again, about 10 times. So those are just a couple of dynamic stretches that you can do to really get everything moving before you start a run. Another thing you can do is to kind of warm up your core a little bit. So I like to stand with my feet about hip width apart. And then I'm going to bring my arms up and I'm just going to twist. Keeping my core engaged, everything is nice and tight. My abdominals are working. And I can feel my obliques as I'm going side to side. Just really opening everything up, warming everything up, and preparing me for my run. Alright, another one of my favorites is called a full body circle. So I'm going to lace my fingers together, I'm going to bring them up overhead, and then I'm going to make a circular motion all the way down to the side, coming all the way up and across. Full body circle, just hinging at the waist, going all the way around, and then we can reverse it. So I'm pretty warm, I'm pretty pepped to go out for a run. So now I will show you some static stretches that you can do after your run. First thing I'm going to do is a hip flexor stretch. Now this is one that many people are taught incorrectly. A lot of people will come down onto their knee here and then they'll lunge way forward. What this does is it puts too much pressure on your back, and then you're kind of overarching here, and it also stretches your hip flexor tendon in the front of the hip, which can be a little bit dangerous. So what we want to do is come back a little bit so you're more at that 90 degree here at your knee and your hip, and your other leg that you're kneeling down on is straight. Then I'm going to take my pelvis and just tuck under so I get more of an active stretch here. With your static stretches, you want to make sure you're holding 20 to 30 seconds. Do 3 on each side so you're getting that full tissue extensibility. The second one I'm going to teach you 2 runner stretches. One is gastroc stretch. So that stretches your largest calf muscle. So keeping your back heel down, just kind of lunging into it till you feel that stretch in the back of the calf. Again, holding 20 to 30 seconds. I'm going to do it 3 times. And then we'll switch our feet. Make sure you're getting the other side in. But we don't want to ignore our other calf muscle, which is your soleus. That one does not cross the knee joint. So to isolate that one out, I'm going to bring my feet a little bit closer together, bend my back knee, come down into a little bit of a lunge again, and I still feel that stretch. Now it's a little bit lower down in my calf, really isolating out that muscle. And then I'm going to switch to the other side in. 20 to 30 seconds for each, and then 3 times on each leg. So you can do this on a step or a ledge. What I'm going to do here is just elevate my foot a little bit. I'm going to keep my hips square, my knee stays straight, and then I'm just hinging at the waist, reaching toward my toes. Now I have a lot of flexibility. I can reach all the way to my toe, but that's not necessarily the goal. As long as your knee is staying straight, if you can only reach to here and you feel a stretch in the back of the leg, that's what you want. So again, holding for 20 to 30 seconds, and we'll do both legs. This one you can do either lying on the floor, lying on bed, even do it on the couch, coming down onto your back. It's called a single knee to chest stretch. So just hugging one knee in toward your chest to stretch out your glutes. Holding for 20 to 30 seconds. If you want a little bit deeper stretch, you can extend that opposite leg. If you have low back issues, you want to make sure that you're keeping your opposite leg bent to help protect your low back. Alright, that is it for our dynamic and static stretching video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to check out our website, www.loudonsportstherapy.com, and be sure to like us on Facebook.